Have you ever daydreamed about getting $1,000? It feels like a life-changing amount of money, right? You imagine all the things you could buy, the bills you could pay, the freedom you'd feel. But then, when you actually get that $1,000, whether it's from a bonus, a tax refund, or a gift, something strange happens. Within a few days, or even a few hours, it just feels normal. The magic is gone. Suddenly, $1,000 doesn't seem like that much money at all. What's going on here? Why does our perception of money change so drastically the moment it hits our bank account? This isn't about being bad with money or ungrateful. It's a fascinating quirk of human psychology that affects almost everyone, and understanding it can completely change how you think about wealth and happiness. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of why money feels big until you have it. This isn't a lecture on budgeting or investing. This is about your brain on money. Let's start with a concept called the hedonic treadmill, or hedonic adaptation. It sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. Humans have an amazing ability to get used to things, both good and bad. When something good happens, like getting a raise, we feel a surge of happiness. But over time, that new, higher salary becomes our new normal. The excitement fades, and our happiness level returns to where it was before. Think about it like buying a new phone. The first few days are incredible. The screen is brighter, the camera is better, it's so fast. But a few months later, it's just your phone. The same thing happens with money. When you're earning $30,000 a year, a $5,000 raise feels monumental. You think, wow, with this extra money, all my problems will be solved. But once you start receiving that new paycheck, your brain quickly adapts. Your lifestyle might inflate a little. Maybe you start buying slightly nicer groceries or go out to eat one more time a week. Before you know it, that new salary feels just as tight as the old one, and you're already thinking about the next asterisk raise. Your brain has reset its financial baseline. The goalposts have moved. Another key factor is something psychologists call reference points. We don't evaluate money in a vacuum. We judge its value based on comparisons. Your reference point could be your past income, what your friends earn, or the lifestyles you see on social media. When you don't have $1,000, your reference point is your current, lower bank balance. From that perspective, $1,000 looks like a huge mountain of cash. It represents possibility, security, and a significant jump from where you are now. But the moment that money lands in your account, your reference point shifts instantly. Your new reality asterisk includes asterisk that $1,000. Now, you're not looking at it from the bottom of the mountain. You're standing on top of it. And from this new vantage point, you start looking at the next asterisk mountain. The money is no longer a hypothetical gain. It's a tangible asset that you now have to manage and, more importantly, worry about losing. This brings us to another psychological bias, loss aversion. We feel the pain of losing something about twice as powerfully as we feel the pleasure of gaining it. So once that $1,000 is yours, part of your brain switches from, wow, I can't wait to get this, to, oh no, I can't let this go. The excitement of the gain is quickly overshadowed by the fear of a potential loss. Let's break this down with a simple, everyday example. Imagine you're craving pizza all week. You think about it constantly. You picture the melted cheese, the perfect crust, the delicious toppings. The idea of the pizza is a 10 out of 10 experience. Then you finally order it. The first bite is amazing, just as you imagined. It's pure joy. The second bite is great too. But by the time you're on your fourth or fifth slice, the pleasure starts to diminish. It's still good pizza, but the initial thrill is gone. You've become accustomed to it. Money works in a very similar way. The anticipation and desire for money are often more powerful than the actual experience of having it. Our brains are wired to chase rewards. The pursuit is often more exciting than the capture. This is driven by dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter. The thought of getting a reward like a bonus at work triggers a dopamine release. You feel motivated, excited, and focused. But once you receive the reward, the dopamine surge subsides. The chase is over. Your brain says, okay, that was great. What's next? This constant need for what's next is why people who win the lottery often report being no happier a year or two later than they were before. They adapt to their new wealth, their lifestyle expands, and they find themselves on a much faster, more expensive hedonic treadmill. They get used to the mansion and the sports car, and soon that just becomes their new normal. Social comparison theory also plays a massive role here. In the age of social media, we're constantly exposed to the curated highlight reels of other people's lives. You might be happy with your salary until you see a friend on Instagram posting from a luxury vacation. Suddenly, your income feels inadequate. You get a $1,000 bonus and feel great until you hear your coworker got a $2,000 one. Our sense of financial well-being is often relative, not absolute. We measure our own success against the perceived success of others. When you get that $1,000, it might feel great in isolation. But the moment you place it in the context of the wider world, a world where people are buying yachts, designer clothes, and million-dollar homes, it can suddenly feel like a drop in the ocean. Your brain doesn't just ask, what can this money do for me? It also asks, how does this stack up against everyone else? This is a game you can never win because there will always be someone with more. So, how do we break this cycle? If getting more money doesn't automatically lead to lasting happiness, what's the solution? The key isn't to stop wanting money, but to change our relationship with it. First, practice gratitude. When you receive an unexpected sum of money, take a moment to consciously appreciate it. Instead of immediately thinking about what it can't buy, focus on what it can asterisk. Maybe it covers your groceries for a few weeks, pays off a nagging bill, or allows you to treat yourself to a nice dinner. Acknowledging these specific benefits can prolong the feeling of satisfaction. Second, use money for experiences, not just things. Research consistently shows that spending money on experiences like a trip, a concert, or a class brings more lasting happiness than buying material possessions. Experiences create memories that you can enjoy for years, while the thrill of a new gadget fades quickly. An experience becomes a part of your identity, whereas a possession is just something you own. Third, be intentional with your money. Before the money even arrives, make a plan for it. Decide that a certain percentage will go to savings, a portion to paying down debt, and maybe a small part for a fun, guilt-free purchase. When you give every dollar a job, you moving from a passive state of just having money to an active state of using it to build the life you want. This shifts your focus from the fleeting feeling of being rich to the long-term satisfaction of making progress toward your goals. When you see that $1,000 not as a random lump sum, but as 10% of your emergency fund goal or the final payment on your credit card, it takes on a much deeper and more lasting meaning. Finally, try to limit your exposure to toxic social comparison. Curate your social media feeds. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate, and follow those that inspire you or bring you joy. Remember that what you see online is rarely the full picture. Everyone has their own financial struggles and insecurities, even if they don't post about them. In the end, the reason $1,000 feels huge until you have it is because your brain is a master of adaptation and comparison. It's not a personal failure. It's a feature of being human. Our minds are designed to normalize our circumstances and keep us striving for more. But by understanding these psychological mechanisms, the hedonic treadmill, shifting reference points, and the trap of social comparison, you can start to take back control. You can learn to appreciate what you have, spend your money more intentionally on things that bring lasting joy, and define wealth on your own terms, not by someone else's standards. Money is a tool, not a final destination. The goal isn't just to accumulate more of it, but to use it wisely to build a life that is genuinely rich in meaning and happiness. And that's a feeling that no amount of money can buy, but one that is available to all of us right now. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you see money in a new light, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into the psychology of our daily lives. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever experienced this feeling? I'd love to hear your story. See you in the next one.